All right, we are live with Collecting Uncensored this evening. I have a pretty awesome guest, one that I have not really interacted with, I think, ever. So I'm really super excited to talk to him, and to talk about his collecting habits, to talk about his just a mere small portion of his collection, and just have a good time nerding out. So I hope you all enjoy this as much as I'm going to enjoy it, and I hope he enjoys it as well. This creator here on YouTube, by the way, you'll find all his information in the description below for his Instagram and his YouTube. He's been on YouTube for a bit now. He's got a ginormous, it seems like, golden age collection. Does a lot of the Friday top 10 covers. And so let me bring out Alan, the comic collector geek. Get his video file pulled up because, StreamYard just screwed me over. So.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I see that you do that for your guests. Like, look at the little intro dance.
Yeah. The Sam Rockwell dance. Yes.
Yeah. So,
How's it going, man?
Not too bad. Good. The funny thing is, like, I have a story about dancing.
Okay.
When I was in Korea, I lived there for about 3 years, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
One of the things is they would always have, like, some kind of concert or something like that, like big concerts. And I was like the only white guy. At that time, there wasn't that many white guys around. So they'd be like, anyone in the audience want to, like, show a talent? And I can't sing to save my life. I can dance, though, sort of,
Yeah.
And so, like, they were like, oh, there's a white guy. He can do whatever. And go up onto the stage and, I do a little dancey thing. And, like, it was funny, though. It was just like a massive audience, like, a few thousand people watching me dance on stage for like a couple minutes. So
That's awesome.
I got a prize out of it. So I was like, I was like, I would do anything for, like, any little gift. So I just do it, so.
What did you win?
I forgot what it was, to tell you the truth. It's some, like, food or something, like little baskety thing, right?
Oh, nice. So as far as height wise, how were you with, like, were you taller than most of the other Koreans?
I'm short. I'm a short guy. I'm like 5'7".
Oh, same. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, I kind of fit in, right?
Okay.
The only time I felt tall was I stayed in the Philippines a little bit.
Okay.
Everybody's so tiny there.
Yeah.
Like average man's height is 5'2".
Oh wow! I didn't realize it was like
So
that.
I'm like, you're like a giant. It's like the land of the little people. I loved it because I'm so used to being short, right?
Yeah.
I feel kind of like, oh, I'm so tall now.
Look at me. That's funny. Cool. All right, we got one guy watching this right now, fellow statesman, bottom tier collector in the house. He's saying hello, and the Golden Age King in the community. There you go. You are titled now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Dang, this guy has stories. Cool. All right. Well, Alan, like I said, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you doing this with me. It's pretty awesome. And just like the whole premise of the show is like a sequel to like that whole origin story thing. I got no problem talking about your origin story, but I'm sure you've told it however many times since you've been on YouTube. So I like to focus more on the sequel of that, of like how you collect, how your collection is going, things like that. So there's all kinds of different collectors, key collectors, run collectors, whatever, what have you, cover collectors. What kind of collector do you see yourself as? Do you see yourself as more than one? And where are you at right now with, like, as far as your mindset collecting?
Sure. So after the radioactive spider bit me, I started collecting now. So with me, I'm a rabbit hole collector, maybe is the best way to describe me. I go down these rabbit holes. Like, I think, oh, that's something that's kind of cool, and I'll buy a couple books within that, and then, oh, that's something else that's cool, and then I'll go a little deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I got into The Seduction of the Innocent.
Okay.
which is a book that sort of ended the golden age of comics.
Yeah.
Like, so that, you know, it was a kind of a major influence on the comic book, you know,
Industry.
like industry, hobby in general.
Yeah.
You know,
Put a lot of
almost,
restrictions on
it
comic book
almost
creators.
killed. Yeah, it went from like 2,000 distributors to 2,000 publishers to 200 within
Wow.
1 year. It just killed all these like little distributors, and some big distributors as well got just annihilated.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
So yeah, so the Seduction of the Innocent is kind of an interesting book. Basically, it's a book about you know, how comic books are destroying little kids' brains, right?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
into juvenile delinquents and stuff. But it doesn't just, you know, give that story. It gives like, it's like anecdotes of various comics that led to that problem. So it blames specific comics. So it's, for me, it's a shopping guide. It's like, these are the books that are cool. These must be the really cool ones, because they must, you know, they must have this like detrimental effect on kids.
That's
so
funny.
It's like there was like 155 books mentioned in that.
Oh, wow.
So I went about the process of trying to get all those. That's the kind of rabbit hole that I'll go down.
Okay.
So I've gotten 153 of them.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the kind of collector I am.
So what are you missing from that 155?
There's two books that I'm missing. One is a digest. It's just impossible to find. I've heard somebody said that they had it. I'm going to follow up with them and maybe pick it up. And then the other one is in the Smithsonian. There's only 2 known copies to exist. It's called,
wow.
It's called Nightingale. It's about the nightingale. Yeah. But it's just incredibly rare. Just,
oh my gosh, that's cool. What do you know what years those are from?
I think 1954ish, 1953, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the kind of thing that happens with me. I'll go, I'm a completionist too, so I will, you know, I'll say, oh, this is a really cool thing. Like there was a horror title that, you know, had some that was mentioned in the Seduction of the Innocent with some of the, you know, or not mentioned but was mentioned adjacent.
Uh-huh.
Like there's a cover where there's like something that's about to poke the guy in the eye.
Yeah.
A hot poker to the eye.
Right. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That cover, and then I was like, there's another one where the guy's getting eaten by ants, and there's another cover where he's like getting his head put into a pot, and you know, so I ended up picking up the whole entire run. You know, like that's the kind of stuff like I go down these rabbit holes and then buy too many books.
So it's just something grabs your attention.
And then I go down, yeah.
And then that's cool though. Like Bottoms here said right here, that's an interesting label to put on yourself. That's new. Like I've never heard of anybody do stuff like that, where it's like something just grabs you and you just kind of follow the yellow brick road there.
Yeah, rabbit hole. So I, you know, I collect a lot of stuff. So when you mentioned all those different titles, they probably all fit me as well. Like, you know, key collector, like I love keys as well. Like, you know, when I got back into the hobby in the mid 2000s, that's what I did. I chased after all the Silver Age, Bronze Age, modern keys. And I just make sure that I had all the key first appearances. That was,
yeah.
And then after that, I was like, hey, why not tackle the Golden Age? And then,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, and comparatively, you got some steals and deals back then too, I bet.
Not really. You
really?
know, I feel like you know, if you think about baseball, you think about batting averages.
Okay.
I have a probably, I'd say like a 60%, you know, or 600 batting average, which is high for batting. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But I've, you know, overpaid a bunch of books, or a whole bunch of books were expensive at the time and have dropped since. You know.
Okay.
What happens, right?
Well, you said early 2000s, right? Is when you got back in. You started buying those keys.
Mid 2000s. Mid 2000s.
So
okay. I was collecting other stuff before then. I was still collecting. I never stopped collecting, but I would pick up. I wasn't really into comics. Like I was into comics, but I was into a publisher called Warren Publishing.
Okay.
So I was really just focused so much on completing that collection, which is about 8,000 books.
8,000?
Yeah, it's just like this massive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I had the only complete collection of that publisher. It's like Vampirella, Eerie, Creepy, Famous
Yeah.
Monsters, all those ones. I have them all.
You have an entire publishing company's catalog.
Yes. And I even went further than that. They had these trinkets that they would sell,
Yeah.
like posters and like rings and stuff like that. I bought all those too. Even they actually, I should show it. I didn't bring it, but they even had like these necklaces.
Yeah.
Like they were the most cheesy publisher out there, right? Like they love to like just how, like at the back of comics you see all the crap that you can buy.
Yeah.
They were into selling that kind of crap. So they had this gold. They said gold necklace. It's like gold color,
Yeah.
necklace, but it had like a little pendant, and the pendant had dirt in it. Okay, and it's from Dracula's. It's supposed to be from Dracula's grave, or something like that. So it's a Dracula coffin dirt pendant thing. Okay, I have 4 of those. They're like the most, like, you can't wear them. I tried wearing it just to be, this would be a cool thing to wear.
Yeah.
It's like it irritates your skin. It's like so cheap. It's like the worst possible material and stuff. But it's like a little coffin with like a little plastic thing. It has dirt in it, but where the dirt comes from, I have no idea.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So some pretty cool things I picked up over the years. So that was the collection I was focusing up until I completed it, and then I kind of went on to other things.
Yeah. I have one more question about that, but before I ask that real quick, good night, bottom tier. Thanks for hanging out with us so far. I appreciate you. Let us know what you think in the replay. That'd be fantastic. He says, also, wow, that's a feat. I've been chasing Lobo's appearance history for over 12 years.
Yeah, that's
talking about your Warner Publishing. Let's see. We've also got Mon Comics in the house. He's another one who's all about the seduction of innocence.
Yeah.
Hey guys, popping in to say hi and hope you are all both well. Hope you're doing well as well, dude. Appreciate you and the support. So like, what kind of a rabbit hole starts and ends with you getting 8,000 copies, 8,000 books?
So what happened was, when I was a kid, like a little back to my origin a bit though.
Okay.
My parents would only let me get like the Disney comics, the sort of the safe ones, like like Richie Rich, Disney comics, Donald Duck, Uncle Scrooge, all that kind of stuff.
Got you.
In the 90s though, when I went to university, Good Girl was not Good Girl, but the Bad Girl era was big, right? Like Vampirella, Lady Death, Lady Rawhide, She, all these different female characters were really, really popular. Right?
Okay.
So one of them was Vampirella. I thought Vampirella was the best of them. That, to me, she was the number one of these like bad girls, right?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to get her first appearance because I love getting those first appearances. That's a kind of a cool thing for me.
Yeah.
And I found out that it was in a magazine. I'm like, what the hell is it doing in a magazine? Like, what? I didn't even think that comics could be in magazines. It just seemed so out of like the format. The format didn't seem right.
Yeah.
So, I learned later, that there's lots of magazines with comics, but that was unique to me at that time. Like I didn't know. So I decided, hey, I'll get all the Vampirella, that run.
Okay.
It's 112 issues of the magazine. So I got from 1 to, and while I was doing that, somebody was like, oh, you should check out these other ones. And like, so I'll go, okay, I'll get that other title. And then I'll get that other title. And then it just became like, well, I might as well get the whole thing. It was just like, yeah, it was kind of crazy. So, but yeah, I really enjoy that company. They have some really cool stuff that they put out. It's like they were dealing with some of the best artists, like Frank Frazetta,
yeah,
Richard Corbin, Ken Kelly, William DeBay, some really good artists and
Yeah,
writers.
yeah,
I'm not really much of a writer. Remember, like I don't remember the names of the writers. I remember the artists.
yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, but
So, because I know we talked backstage, and you said you had like 2,000 slabs, right?
yeah,
And which is is insane to me.
yeah.
Awesome, but I never would have thought. But so with there being so many slabs and you remembering artist names more than writers, would it be outside of would it be correct in saying that you are more of an art guy than a reader?
Yeah, I do. I try to read more. Like actually did read the whole Vampirella run.
Oh wow.
But I would say I only read maybe 10% of the books that I own. Like
Okay.
really small. It's not that I don't want to read them. It's just that finding the time. So I
gotcha.
do buy a lot of comics just for the cover. I say, oh, this is a really beautiful cover.
Yeah.
But I do try to read. Like what I'll do is I'll do like, because I work pretty long hours, I'll do these kind of spurts where I have like some time and I'll just read like a whole run of something.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the kind of style I do. It's sort of, but then I don't remember what story fit to what book. Yeah, like if you read like 20 issues of something, it's like, was that Fantastic Four or 6 that had that story, or was it?
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
all
yeah.
blended together. So yeah, but I do. I am a cover buyer, so I admit that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Are you currently reading a run right now, or are you in between
Um,
runs?
what was the last thing I can't remember what I was reading. Um, no, what I've been doing lately, I've been sort of spot reading, I guess. Sort of, I've been trying to read like iconic stories,
Okay.
like 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 some famous storyline that
Yeah.
like either it's a first appearance storyline or origin storyline, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I gotta read that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the last thing I read recently though was actually Frankenstein.
Okay. Like
Um,
Golden Age Frankenstein, not the
Golden Age
new.
Frankenstein
Okay.
by Dick Briefer. That's actually the writer and artist, so it was easy to remember. Um, but yeah, it's quite funny, and then it becomes a horror title. The horror title is not too bad as well, but it's a
Nice.
comedy. It's a comedy book.
Okay.
It's quite good though.
That's cool.
It's from the early 40s.
I've gone back to read like Silver Age and Bronze Age books, and it sometimes they just get really wordy, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I can't
Golden
like
Age is worse.
right. So that's what I was gonna say. Like, I assume you enjoy reading the wordy, like Golden Age and all that. Like, that's joyful for you.
Not necessarily. Yeah. Um, but no, I've been getting into it more. Like when you read something like Frankenstein,
Uh
the
huh.
writing is actually quite good. So in
Okay.
terms of like there's humor in the writing, right?
Okay.
So it's funny. Like I was just telling, like in my video today, actually that released today, the story of Frankenstein 1, where it was an evil scientist, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, wow, what can I do to bring more evil into the world? And then his cat is like distracting him, like the cat's like playing in the background, and it knocks over a book and it drops on the floor, and he's like, he picks up the book and he's going to throw it at the cat, but then he notices that the book is Mary Shelley, Frankenstein.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So he's like, oh, that's a good idea, and he decides. But it's so well written, like it's just sort of funny, and he has like almost like a grocery list of body parts that he needs to go out and get. It's like, and he's like, like how much is a pound of like this, or like it's like it's really well done. It's just fun.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought that was interesting.
Do you find the writing and the storytelling in Golden Age better than some of the stuff we're getting today, or do you even look at modern comics at all?
It's different. I don't like the modern comics. There are a few runs that I've read in the modern era that are awesome.
Okay.
Like Stray Dogs, for example. Something's Killing the Children, good one. I like a lot of James Tinian stuff, actually.
Okay.
So, um, Basket Full of Heads, good story, good
Okay.
storyline. That's Hill. What's his name? Something Hill.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I know the run you're talking about,
but
but
yeah, it's a great read. It's really interesting.
because they got a sequel to Refrigerator Full Heads, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the sequel. So yeah, those are really good reads. So yeah, so I do read some modern stuff, but every time, like I tried to read some Star Wars, I was like, oh man, this is horrible. It's just like so terrible. It's like, the early Star Wars is good. Like I actually have the full run of Star Wars, for example.
Okay. The Marvel.
The Marvel one, yeah.
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 Got you.
But I actually liked Star Wars in the 90s. Dark Empire. I'm not sure if you read that.
I have not. That's Dark Horse, right?
Yeah, Dark Horse.
Okay.
Yeah. Really good. They had 2 series. It's sort of it's what I actually was hoping that the last 3 movies were going to be the storyline for, because it takes Luke to that god level.
Okay.
He's like, he's pulling those Death Stars. Not Death Stars, but what's the triangle
TIE fighters?
Ship? Not the triangle ship, the big triangle ships.
The Star Destroyers.
Star Destroyers. He's pulling them out of the sky.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, godlike power, right?
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's like a cool series. Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to see that development and that, to take Luke to that level, right?
Right.
So, but yeah, so those stories I enjoyed. So, like, I'm not crapping on the modern era. I just think you have to pick your battles, right? You pick, certain ones are really good. Some are just like, it's just like, why did they bother? I think a lot of them are just, let's put a pretty cover. Nobody will read this stuff.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, and I read the new stuff with DC that's put out. They put out some good stuff with the Ultimates.
The Absolute.
Absolute. I keep on saying Ultimate because that's
because
Marvel.
Yeah, it came out around the same time, same hype. Yeah. No, it's understandable.
Absolute Wonder Woman was good. Absolute Batman was good, and Absolute Superman was good. Yeah. So
okay. I'm interested in Absolute Superman. I have not read it yet, but the way everybody keeps talking and stuff like that, because I'm not a Superman fan at all.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, but they've changed up things, so it's
right.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah. So it's got my attention. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet to actually read a trade. So
yeah.
Let's say hello to a couple more people in the chat. We got Phil Ainley in the house.
Cool. Like, I brought lots of cool things to show. So.
No, yeah. I was gonna say hey to these people, and then we can start showing books.
Yeah.
So Phil Ainley, what's going on? Appreciate you. Horse Comics in the house, what's going on? And Kenneth Bird, thanks for coming out. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do this. Let's show some comic books.
So I was going to ask you actually, but I figured, hey, I'll just show some. Like, one of the things I like to do whenever I go on to like these kind of interview things is I like to show like a smorgasbord of comics. Like, to sort of give you a sense of the way I collect, in a way, like the various genres I go through.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
One of the things that I've been really into lately, more and more so, is pre-code horror.
Okay.
I just think that they're like, I like the covers that are kind of a little bit out there and a little bit extreme in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example.
This cool.
And it's like a decapitated head. I like magic covers too. So this is like got a little bit
everything.
Of yes. It's a decapitated head. It's just a little bit of everything. It's a low grade, but this book is a hard book to get, actually. It drove me crazy. Actually, this book, I have kind of one of those horror stories. There was a guy that had this book. He had 2 copies of it. Okay. And he didn't know what it was.
Oh.
And he said, whoever claims it first, gets it, and he said, so I was the 3rd person. So the first 2 guys got it, and then I was like the 3rd person, so I didn't get it. And the price he had for them, and it was like, they were like, I'd say they were like 3A to 4Os kind of range.
Oh, nice.
They were raw, but they were solid copies.
Yeah.
And he sold them for, I think it was like a couple $100. Now this book normally goes for like $300-400 per point. So those were like $1,000 books that
wow.
I was like so sad. Like I'd been looking for the book for a long time, and I just happened to go onto this weird claim sale, and the guy just didn't know what he had, and there was other people that had better internet connections than me, and they got it. So, but I managed to get it later. I overpaid for it, but yeah.
But you got it.
I'm saying. I don't bat 100. I don't bat 1,000. I sometimes overpay when I really want a book. So that's like one that I really like. I like a lot of skulls or skeleton covers.
So nice.
Like a fun one. So it's like this is kind of like Canada Post, but probably better. I don't know if you know what's going on in Canada, but
the striking and all that.
Yeah. So I was just thinking that's probably better than Canada Post. So yeah, but I like things that I really like, and this cover kind of exemplifies it a bit. Is I like books that have that horror feel, that little bit of shock. So this is like shocking. Skeleton delivering the mail. But I also like good girl. So when you have a sexy girl, especially in a red dress, or it's
You're
like
right.
that thing, right? It's the trope. I just kind of like this little pairing, and it's just a fun one. So this is Journey into Fear.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I kind of like those mixtures. And then, as I said, I do like the more extreme covers, and sometimes you actually find them not in horror, but in other things. Like some of the crime covers can be really crazy. But the funniest ones are the romance ones. They can be actually crazy extreme. So I'll show you this one. This one is it's a classic cover. It's My Romantic Adventures number 50. And it's like the one where she goes insane. Like the color for Insanity is yellow. So it's like she's sort of jaundiced kind of looking.
Okay.
It's like she's gone insane with love,
I was gonna say it looks like she's hulking out. Like
she's going crazy. That's the whole thing. She's behind bars, and it's just it's like I think it's kind of a cool one. I actually have to read the story for this. I haven't read the story for this one, but it looks awesome.
Where do you normally go to read your Golden Age stories? Like when they're slabbed up like that, where do you choose to go and read books at like that?
Yeah, so I read a lot off of Comic Book Plus.
What is that?
It specializes in Golden Age comics.
Oh,
so you can go there and you can pretty much find most, but not all.
Interesting.
It's hard to get Golden Age comics off of the other sites.
Right, yeah. But Comic Plus, I assume comicplus.com.
Comic Book Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, or it's either .com or .org, actually.
So is it like page for page, like even with ads and everything else?
Yeah,
or is it
sometimes like there was a few books like I read the Frankenstein there, but it didn't have all of the stories. Like sometimes it'll have like just the main story and not some of the sub stories.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the books in the Golden Age were anthologies, so they would have like maybe 4 or 5 stories in them.
Okay.
Yeah. So, are you looking for it?
I was having to write it down because I don't want to forget it.
Comic Book Plus.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good site.
I have because I've been collecting Green Hornet.
Oh, okay.
And
like
sometimes,
Golden
Golden Age.
Oh, I should have brought I have number 1.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I could have brought it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think the earliest I have is like number 5. The cover I think is trimmed on one side and the circles cut, but I think I paid like $100 for it or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a good buy. What I want it for.
Great buy.
And I was like, whatever. Like, I don't know that I'll ever see another number 5 ever again. Like, as long as it's complete, I'm good. Like,
no, that's awesome.
So, but yeah, there's some that it's like if you go to my comic shop or something like that, it's like their page count. I don't know if it's correct or not.
Yeah.
And so,
usually, sometimes it's 64, sometimes it's like, it's like different numbers. Like
Right.
you have to look it up. The one that I use for that, if you want to like be careful about page count, is go to comicbook.org.
Comic
Comics.org, which is the
comic stock.
Grand Comics database.
Okay.
And they're actually very useful because they'll actually have the date that it hits the newsstand. They'll have all the key stories, all the key artists that were involved, all the key writers, and they will also tell you the page count and everything.
Okay. And the page count for Golden Age includes the cover and the back cover, correct?
Yes, usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's one of those things people always ask because they would a lot of the time for the Golden Age they would print stories on the inside of the cover.
Yeah. I've got some Lone Ranger ones that like there's story on the back cover if I remember right. Yeah.
So that's why if you know Fox Featured Syndicate.
I'm sorry?
Fox Featured Syndicate.
I do not.
It's a publisher. They did Phantom Lady and JoJo and Rula, a whole bunch of cool comics. Science comics, Mystery Men, a whole bunch of great comics. It's like, well, the guy Victor Fox, who was the publisher, he was considered the king of comics. He was
cool
in the Golden Age, right? Well, he was really cheap about paper, so he's got like he found out. White paper is expensive because you have to make it white. Well, what's cheaper than white paper? Let's get pink paper. Okay, so what happens is like they would print the story on the inside, right, on that first page, and you get this sort of weird bleed through of the pink because they would do it as two-toned on the covered side.
And
you get this weird kind of like bleed through where you see these weird like on the covers you would see like kind of like bleed through of the pink. It's really messed up. It looks really weird. Like you'll see like if I had an example, my Phantom Lady is an example of that, like way up there.
So the inside printing of the cover would fade through, but the pink would.
Yeah, sometimes, and you'll get sort of these weird little hints of pink bleed through.
Oh, that's so really crazy.
Yeah, and one of the things you always look for books with white pages. Yeah. Well, with Fox feature books, the label actually will say pink pages, and that's actually a high quality page. It's so messed up. They're really cool though. They're like some of the coolest. That's another company. If I'm going to collect companies, like as I said, I collected all the Warrens.
Yeah.
I've been thinking more and more about getting all the Fox ones because basically what he would do is he would I should really grab more of my Fox. I'll show you a Fox book. But this is one that was handy. So this is Mystery Men comics, right?
Yeah.
And you'll see it's just like crazy stuff. You got these guys with the Orientals with the long fingers and the girl in bondage and then you got the Blue Beetle bursting through the window.
I was going to ask if that was a Blue Beetle. That's cool.
Yeah, it's Blue Beetle. So just a kind of a cool comic. They did a lot of really cool stuff. But I mean, what they would do generally is like they would say, "Oh, this other company has a cool character or whatever. We'll just take that same character, make them sexier, or make make them more extreme. Like, oh, let's put more like somebody getting stabbed in the eye, or like something going through somebody's neck, or like one of the stories was literally they had this idol on this like on a cart, okay, and the cart had these big spiky wheels, massive spiky wheels,
okay,
and then so this is, you can imagine, this is all in a comic, okay, and then they have the cart driving over women.
Oh wow!
So you see the panel and it's like women laying on the ground, and then the next panel shows them with all like little holes in them. it's like crazy stuff. It's just like, wow, what are they? They. One of the things that was mentioned in the Seduction of the Innocent, and some of the Fox books will have this, is what they would do is to make like they would take Archie comics, right? And they had to
Okay.
make them sexy, more interesting, make the boys want to read them. So they would do things like where certain female body parts were kind of hinted at in the if you know what I mean.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so they would do that kind of stuff. And that Frederick Wortham mentioned that in The Seduction of the Innocent. So a lot of Fox books, Fox Feature Syndicate, are mentioned in the Seduction of the Innocent.
Okay, that makes sense why you'd
That's
have them.
yeah, that's why I got into it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like as I said, it's like perfect shopping guide for me.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah. Um, speaking of kind of the more interesting books, this is not a Fox feature, but it's a Charlton. That's kind of a classic one.
Okay.
But this book was actually not an homage, but like a cover swipe of a Fox book.
Okay.
So there's actually a Fox book that has the exact same cover, but came out earlier. But you know, this is a classic one.
Oh.
Secrets, and it's number 23. And it's just a classic book. It's an innuendo cover, and it's like he's offering her a pearl necklace. Okay, great on yourself. And then she's saying, "And just what do I? And just what? And just what must I do to get those?" Okay? So it's like, and she's going, "Oh, kind of cutesy." So
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then this was like, this one there was a warehouse find of them.
Oh,
So even though
cool.
it's a great cover and it's very desired, it's not one of the more expensive books. It's actually fairly affordable.
Okay.
Like what I mean, you know, hundreds of dollars instead of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
the Fox one, that this is a swipe of, is a red cover. It's called My Desire is the original Fox one,
Yeah.
and the line that she says is slightly different.
Okay.
And what happened was there was just an auction recently on My Comic Shop. Do you know that site?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love them.
So, and it was a 3.0.
Oh,
and
nice.
It sold for $3,500.
Wow.
But there's only 2 on the census. It's a really rare book. So it's one of
That's-
those ones that I've been looking for, but it's a ghost. It's a hard book to get.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you? I'm sure you've heard of like the Archie innuendos and stuff like that. Do you collect any of those as well?
Yeah, I have a ton of that. I actually bought a few. Let's see.
Let's say hello real quick while you're getting those to Rich Comic Cap Collectibles in the house. What's going on, homie? Big Nasty Comics in the house. What's going on? Thanks for coming out. Otaku Mike, appreciate you. Christina Payne dropping the links as always. Thank you for coming out. Got Comic Collector Geeks YouTube right there. Yeah. So
Okay, I'll show you Archie innuendo.
yes.
So this one's pretty tame actually. The Archie ones are pretty tame actually. Yeah, for the most
Well,
part.
what made me think of it was they have a pearl necklace one too.
I know. I've been trying to get that. Actually, somebody was going to do a trade with me. I was going to get that one. It's I think it's Betty and Veronica 171, I believe.
Yeah, I can't remember the actual number of it, but I know that.
Yeah.
I think it's Betty sitting there saying, you know, Veronica really
He
wants a
was
pearl
gonna
necklace this
buy her-
Christmas.
Well, no. It was like he's trying to buy a gift for Betty.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to buy her a frisbee, and then Veronica says, "I think she would prefer a pearl necklace."
Yeah. That's it.
See, I know.
I want the weed one where they're like in the garden or whatever, and there's some innuendo about weed. That's the one that I want.
I'm not sure about that one. That's an interesting one. Okay. So this one is Pep 93.
Yes.
And it's just it's more cutesy. It's like, Archie, I'm not paying you to kiss Veronica. No, sir, it's free of charge. It's kind of cutesy, you know. It's more of that cutesy one. But I like this. I like this kind of good girl, kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And the other thing, the reason I actually brought this one was not just because it's a cool Archie, but one of the things that the way I collect is I don't mind the purple labels.
I was gonna ask.
I don't care. I just want the book. And for me, actually, I love purple labels. I'm probably one of the biggest like advocates for purple labels and buy the purple label.
Okay.
And the reason being, so for example, my Phantom Lady, okay, that book had a sale of I think it was $100,000, $400,000,
Oh.
$400,000. Okay, so and then in the grade that mine's at 8.5. Okay, beautiful copy, beautiful
Yeah.
copy. I think it was cover cleaned or something very basic, nothing really that extreme with the
The restoration. Yeah.
So in that grade, it goes for about 150,000. Okay,
Wow.
really expensive book.
Yeah.
I can't afford that. Like, I'm not going to buy that. Well, because it's restored, just because of the stupid label, and it's for cleaning. I mean, really, come on.
Right.
Is that such a big deal? It just makes the book look better. We all clean, do basic cleaning.
Right.
So the point is, because of that, I got it for 14,000. So 1/10 of the price.
Wow.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so when I see a purple label, I'm like, wow, I can maybe get this book now. It's now in my price range. It looks amazing, and it's in my price range. So when I see a purple label, I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Now I can buy this book. Like, one of the other big ones that I picked up was Detective 38.
Okay.
That's the first appearance of Robin.
Yeah.
Right? Classic book, and him coming through, breaking through the
drum or whatever.
Yeah, the hoop, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And just a classic book, right?
Yeah.
And that book, I was watching an auction, and there was a raw 0.5. Looked like crap. It was like it was barely a book. It was barely a book. It sold for like $10,000.
Wow.
It was terrible. Like, I mean, really rough. Like, this is like, barely a comic.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, oh man, I'm never getting that book. That's a book that's out of my range, because I was willing to bid up to 4,000 or 5,000. But for a 0.5 that looks really bad, I'm not going to go crazy with it, right?
Right.
But then a restored, like, I found a friend who happened to have a restored copy of it, and it was still expensive. Actually, it was more expensive, but not much more expensive.
Huh. And I bet it presented a lot better.
And it was a way higher grade. It was like a 6.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, it doesn't matter. Like, I could actually rip out all the restoration and still get probably like a way higher grade than a 0.5.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense to me. So I always thought the whole idea of the purple label and people getting so afraid of it it's just not sensible. It just doesn't make any sense at all. Like another, actually, I'll show a different book because I have it handy. So one book that I was super excited to get is this book. This is another purple label kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
This is the first appearance of Plastic Man.
Yeah.
First appearance of Phantom Lady. First appearance of pretty much all these characters, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew Plastic Man, but wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I like Phantom Lady too. So it's like two of my. I really like Plastic Man. He was like one of my favorite characters because he was kind of one of the ones that my parents would let me get a few comics from him. So I was like, oh, this is a cool character. So I really like Plastic Man, and I always wanted to get his first appearance. And there was one that I was bidding on, and it was like I think it was like a 1/8. It was like a low grade, and it looked like a low grade,
Yeah.
And it went, I think it was like 6,000 or 7,000. It was like it was more than I wanted to pay for it, right?
Right.
And then this one came up, and I got it for half the price.
Wow.
So it's like, what are people doing here? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, this one presents way better. It's like just beautiful. The restoration is moderate, but it's professional. It's like color touch, and then pieces added. Whenever people hear pieces added, they always get paranoid But usually what it is something will fall off, like a corner will get chipped off, and then they just attach it back on.
Right. Yeah.
So, that's what this one was.
I was gonna ask, is there ever like a purple label that you've looked at and you're like, I can't do that? Like, has there ever been some restoration you've seen on a book and you're like, I can't do that?
I forgot what it was. Was it? It's like some big book. Like I think it was either a Detective 27 or like a Action 1 kind of level book. It was like a 9.6 or 9.8. It was like a really high grade.
Yeah.
I forgot which one it was. It was either one of those two. But that I wouldn't buy, because it was like one of those books that was probably a 0.5 and they just like did everything to it. So probably it's very little of the original comic and just so that to me is maybe a little too much restoration.
Got you.
So for the most part, I try to be like I try to be wise about buying restoration. I try to buy ones where technically they might be, you can unrestore them if that's a thing. You know what I mean? So I try to be a little bit smart about it, like not too but for me, at the end of the day, I don't really care. I just want to have the book in my collection. I really do.
What do you think about green labels?
I could actually show you a green label.
I know they vary. Like some of them have it because of a signature. Some of it have it because they're either been married or something like that. Like I know there's varying ways of green labeling.
So I have the very first appearance of Beavis and Butthead.
Okay.
And it's a green label. And the reason it's a green label was the guy that sold it to me. He got it graded by CGC, but this is like several years ago, right? Before they would do signature verification.
Right.
And so he got it signed by the whole cast. So it's actually a really cool book.
Yeah.
But because it was a green label, he couldn't give the thing away.
Oh my god!
So I got it for cheap. I got it and it's a cool book.
Yeah. No, that is cool.
Yeah. So I don't care about green labels.
So if they're missing a page or if they're missing a wrap,
that can bother me. I generally, here's something dumb that I'll do. I don't know why I do this. It's a thing. I am a completionist.
Okay.
So sometimes what I'll do is I'll buy literally a green label like that has like a really nice presenting book.
Yeah. And
then what I'll do is I'll buy a coverless or crappy one.
Yeah.
That has the piece that's missing for the book that I have, if that makes sense. So I have, technically, if I put the two together, I would have the complete book.
Okay, so you don't marry them, but just having them
together. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
I do that a lot, actually. It's dumb. It's weird. So I technically have the complete book.
What do you feel about married? How do you feel about married books?
I don't care. To me, actually, I don't mind that at all. I would not go out and find some other thing. Like I would be fine with a married cover.
Okay.
Or married centerfold or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think people are a little bit too, that's a bit weird. The weird thing is you can have a married centerfold, get a green label. But if you do archival staples where you actually replace the staples, because the staples rust and whatever, right?
Right.
If you have like archival ones which are like of the era, right, where you get staples from the same era as the comic that you have,
like new old stock,
old staples, if that makes sense. You still get a blue label.
Right, the conservative label or whatever. Yeah.
Well, no, sometimes a blue label.
Oh, sometimes just a blue label.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, like that's the same as marrying at the end of the day, right?
Right. Well, I would even say that's more along the lines of restoration, because
it would probably go under conservation if it's of the era staples.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
If it's modern staples, then it would just get a restored book. Actually.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But those kind of things, I'm like, why not?
In my opinion, like if you sit there and you replace whatever's missing with a book of the same time period, like it's the exact same thing. Like all it is at that point in time is those pages didn't happen to go through the press at the same time.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah. It's the same. Technically, it's the same book, right?
right.
Yeah,
That's kind of my thing. I don't understand why that gets a green label. I don't frown upon that either. Like, I think that should be encouraged, honestly, to like get nice complete books.
Yeah. But
So-
now we almost have the opposite happening, where what I've seen happening more and more is, let's say you have a book that isn't complete. What I'll see people doing is, if it's a big book, they'll chop it up and sell the pages. I see that more and more, actually, because the pages are going for, like, I've seen ones where the page, if you just chop it up into pages, you can actually do more than selling it.
Oh, that's sad.
It is sad. So I agree. I think just getting a married copy is, like, that's not too bad. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah. As long as it's everything from the original. Like, you take a crappy beat up original and you marry it with something else, like you were talking about, and have like one solid book. Then, like, I'm all for that.
Yeah. That's the way I am too. So
real quick,
okay,
we've got
some more people hanging out.
John's Comics with Friends. Evening, what's going on, John? Appreciate you. And we got Otaku Mike asking a question real quick. He says, "Do you have any Blue Beetle?" Which we saw the one that you had.
Yeah, I have a couple more I can show for Blue Beetle.
And he asked about Wildcat. So that's one of mine and his favorite characters is Wildcat, and I believe he originated in the Golden Age.
So I have his first appearance, if that counts.
Oh wow, that's awesome!
But the funny thing is, not on the cover or anything.
Well, that's about par.
Yeah, but Wildcat made his first appearance in Sensation Comics 1.
Wow!
So that's a cool Wonder Woman book,
right? Yeah.
So I have that, but it's right over there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I brought different stuff. I try to bring different stuff to each show that I do.
No, yeah. I'm loving it.
Shown for a while, so I'm trying to show you some different things. I'll show you one more Archie, then I'll show some other random stuff here. I was actually looking at this book recently just to see how well I did in terms of buying. This one I sort of broke even on in terms of value. This one goes for look this one up on eBay.
Okay.
It's PEP 155.
Okay.
It's a classic. I think it's Bob White. I'm pretty sure. I want to be right about that. Yeah, Bob White cover. I was right. It's just a classic, good girl art cover. And,
that's a fantastic looking cover.
We, the cat people, love to play with mousy fellows like yourself. It's a cute cover. This is probably one of the big classic covers for that artist, for Archie.
Is the PEP supposed to have those gray lines in the center of all the letters, or is that
no?
Okay,
some stupid kid that drew it. Not me. I didn't do that. So, yeah,
some stupid kid.
Some stupid kid for the room. It probably cost the grade a bit, but yeah. So yeah. But,
do you ever get your Golden Age cleaned before? Do you send Golden Age into CGC or CBS, or do you?
I'm in Canada, so it's really awkward.
Okay.
I just sent off though, because there was a Comic-Con here, and they didn't do on-site grading, but they did on-site submissions.
Okay, nice.
So it's like the next best thing. So they handled. So you just pay the submission fee. You don't have to pay the shipping.
Okay, nice.
So, that's a big saving, especially in Canada where it's like,
Yeah. So will you have to pay for the shipping on the way back?
I don't know. I think not.
That's a deal then, because then you don't have to worry about the tariffs, right?
We'll find out. We'll find out. I don't know. I'm sort of scared, actually, to tell you the truth, because of all the stuff has changed since I sent them out. Yeah, I sent out 30 books.
Wow.
So, and there are like some of my bigger raw books that I sent out, like Startling 49 and Walt Disney Comics and Stories 1, Looney Tunes #1. Some really, really big books I sent out. And I'm hoping they'll come back, safely and They were low grade. A lot of them were low grade. So I put the value is probably like in the thousands. I
Yeah.
put $500 for each because that's the tier. That's the cutoff, like for
Oh, I got you.
pre-submissions. But yeah, so hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen, but um, okay. I showed you Archie, and Archie actually led me down a rabbit hole, and I'm going to show you a rabbit hole. Like I want to show you a rabbit hole just to give you a sense because I know you like to find those like ways that people collect, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Archie, I think I was doing a show once, and somebody asked me some really basic question like, what was the first bikini cover in Archie? Okay, and it's actually Archie 99 is the answer.
Okay.
But then I kind of went down the rabbit hole of what was the very first bikini cover in comics. So it's this book, Gay Comics.
Okay.
Happy back then.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And this is from 1946. So right after the bomb had gone off. So this is the very first bikini cover.
Wow, that's cool. I'm surprised it's a two-piece, honestly.
Yeah, it's sort of it's a very big. Well, it's a two-piece, and I actually had the first photo cover with a girl wearing a bikini as well.
Okay, cool.
Which is I think it's Long Tails or something like that. It's a young girl wearing a bikini on the cover.
Got you.
So yeah, I don't know. That's the kind of rabbit hole I'll go down. But Gay Comics is actually a pretty good girl art cover art title.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of stuff. So
that almost looks like some modern Archie there. Like that's kind of cool. Like how it's
this is from
the
Timely,
style.
Right? This is Timely.
Oh wow, nice.
Early Marvel, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And actually, speaking of more early Marvel, but this is Silver Age. Actually, I'll show you some Silver Age.
Oh, cool.
I do collect artists. So this is Dan DiCarlo.
Okay.
He did a lot of Archie books, Archie covers, Archie Good Girl.
Yeah.
And he did a title for Marvel, which is called Showgirls. And it was all this, good girl stuff. So it's I thought he said there was no dancing parts in the show. That was before they applied for the job. It's this joke they've reused so many times,
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is Stan Lee, by the way, writing. So
is it?
Dan DiCarlo art and Stan Lee writing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So Showgirls. It's actually a hard. I actually just completed that run. It's a hard run to complete, actually.
How many issues are in it?
I think it's like 3 or 4 issues. It's
okay.
A very short run.
I about to say I've never heard of it before though. So like finding those 3, I guarantee that's got to be a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, and they're like people want crazy money for them.
Yeah,
they're really expensive. It's just crazy. So yeah. So I kind of like my female characters. That's another thing I'm trying to get across to you in terms of the way I collect.
Phantom Lady, Vampirilla. Yeah, I'm kind of
picking that up. So as I said, when I was in the 90s, it really did influence me, like the bad girl era. Do you remember the 90s with the how like all the comics had sexy girls on the cover?
Oh yeah, the female fatales. Yes.
It was the femme fatales. It was really big. So when I went into Golden Age, I kind of kept that alive, in terms of that liking the female characters that are sexy, kind of dynamic characters. So one of the characters that I really like is Moon Girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of Moon Girl.
Yeah, see,
she kind of looks like Wonder Woman.
Similar. This is, and there's a reason for that. So you actually spotted something that is kind of there's a reason behind it.
Okay.
So Moon Girl is from EC Comics. EC Comics is known for like pre-code horror, right?
Yeah.
Like, Tales from the Crypt and all that kind of stuff. Well, the guy that started Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Well, that was the Gaines, Mr. Gaines. Like he was the one that had the rights to All American.
Okay.
And he sold that to DC. So he sold off the characters like the Green Lantern, Wonder Woman and all these characters that were associated to All American
Okay.
comic. Okay, and he regretted it.
Ah.
Wonder Woman was the big, became this really big character. So he basically, this is the only superhero character that EC Comics had. And it's kind of like a
Wow.
Wonder Woman-ish kind of character, you know what I mean? Like in terms of look.
Oh, absolutely. The blue shorts, the
Yeah,
red waist, yeah, the
yeah,
gold on the arms.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
So isn't
like
that
his,
interesting?
the black hair, the way even the style of it, like I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, that looks a lot like Wonder Woman."
yeah. So he really, really did regret giving up the rights to Wonder Woman.
Wow.
So, they had a little run for Moon Girl. It's kind of a weird title, actually, because it starts out as a superhero comic, then turns into a romance comic, and it just sort of loses its focus. It's all over the place. But, kind of a cool one. I'm trying to get the complete run of that because that's the kind of person I am.
How many issues is that?
I think I want to say, like, Moon Girl itself, I think, was 5 or 6 issues.
Okay.
And then it became Moon, a Girl, a Romance. That went to some other issues. Like, I have a bunch. I have most of them. I think I'm missing like maybe 4 or 5. Out of the
Okay.
run. I think the run is maybe like, I want to say 12 or 13 issues. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
It's so crazy the how small these runs are.
oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's kind of baffling to me. Like I don't know what I was thinking, but like
It's sort of the era. This is from 1948. There was a real shift that happened at the late end of the 40s, where you got superheroes were kind of on the waning in terms of
yeah,
popularity. Like if you think about it, like Captain America, big comic, you think, oh, it was dead. It was like it was a dead,
right.
and then it sort of got revived. They tried to revive it later on in the early mid 50s, and then it died again, and then it wasn't brought back until like way later, right?
Like
Until
tells
the
a
60s.
suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
part of the
Namor and
reason,
Human Torch and
yeah. So part of the reason for all that was during the war, Second World War, all the superheroes were associated with fighting the Nazis, fighting the Japs. It was like all these war comics.
yeah.
And so people kind of made that association. Well, once the war's over, do they really want to see these same characters
Right.
you know what I mean? So what you had is like from 46 to 49-ish was the rise of the good girl.
Okay.
Good girl art, good girl comics, like kind of like the Archies and the different kind of books like that. And then by 49 going into the 50s, you got the rise of romance, crime, pre-code horror, those kind of books. So there was a shift. Just people and superheroes were kind of passé.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and westerns was another big thing, right?
It's crazy how like westerns have never made a comeback.
they're dead now.
Pretty much, yeah.
But the funny thing is, if you see a lot of old, like I because of my channel talking about Golden Age all the time, right? I see people show me collections like of Golden Age comics, and every single time there's so much westerns.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
westerns, like back in the day, were the coolest thing.
Right.
Everybody loved westerns. It's just that after like the 70s, nobody cared about westerns anymore. Like
Yeah.
it was dead by that point, and now they're worthless, but there are some westerns that are valuable.
Yeah.
It's again like certain ones, but yeah, I have a few of them that are kind of the cooler ones.
Yeah, that's like we were talking earlier. I do the Green Hornet, and the other one is the Lone Ranger. I'm trying to get 1 through 35.
Yeah, so actually, I have the very first appearance of the Lone Ranger.
Nice. The ad. It's like is it a
ice cream cone?
ice? Yes. Yeah. That's cool.
That's actually a cool book, not just because it's the first Lone Ranger, but it's also the very first time a Western story was told. It's the first Western comic.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
So and he's the first Western character.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that either. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's extra little cool thing. And
Yeah.
give away a comic, right? It was like, you got, if you ordered the ice cream, you got a comic.
Right.
So, but they're incredibly rare. They're hard to
Yeah.
find those books. So I was quite excited when I found one. Yeah,
well, even the ones that I found online that were like, I think it was like I think I found one that was like $1,000 or $2,000, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the grade, but I was like, that seems really cheap for like a first Lone Ranger. Like,
no, Lone Ranger was such a cool character. We had like a whole bunch of these kind of like TV series like back in the day in Canada, where they would have like, they'd have the regular kind of comedy hour kind of stuff.
okay.
And then in between like skits, they would play like old TV series like Batman, or Lone Ranger, and they would just like have like segments like that.
Oh, like the
So,
serial versions of the
serial.
Yeah.
So I loved watching Lone Ranger and Batman's and all those kind of things. I thought they were cool. But the thing that would always drive me nuts is because they would cut it up like into parts. I would always miss the part in between. Like it was like, oh
yes,
yeah. So it was, it was like one of those things. Okay, so what else can I show you guys? I was talking a lot about The Seduction of the Innocent and Fox Features Syndicate. Well, this is a combination of the two. This is all Top Comics.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Okay, you got a bit of lighter stuff going on there. I think the reason is I think it's like some story inside like portrays history incorrectly or something like that. It's like something not what you would expect. You would think it's something that's going on in the cover, but it's not. It's like something else. This is a Matt Baker cover as well. Are you familiar with Matt Baker?
I am not.
So Matt Baker was African American or black artist.
Okay.
And he is considered to be one of the top 3 artists of all time, probably.
Oh, cool.
He's like one of these phenomenal artists, and he was famous even in the Golden Age.
Wow.
He was like like a very desired artist. He's the one that did Phantom Lady 17. He's the one that did a lot of really, really like desired books for Good Girl.
Yeah.
He actually did some horror too, which I actually have all the Matt Baker horror books related to him doing horror title. He didn't do that many, so it's easy to get. It's not like you have to get that many. But he would. The way you can sort of tell. Let me take it out of the plastic so you can see it a bit better.
Did he just do covers or did he do interiors as well?
He did interiors as well.
Oh, cool.
So if you look at the girl's hair, it kind of looks like dynamic and alive.
Yeah.
That's sort of a tell for Matt Baker's style.
Okay.
It's very dynamic kind of hair. This is a Fox Features Syndicate book. So you know that probably inside there's somebody getting impaled or something nasty happening. Or, they'd have like these, usually these are all like African jungly stories. Usually like a whole bunch of people are getting killed. These guys are dying somewhere in the story. They're the red shirts of the era. It's a pretty cool book.
That is cool. It looks really good too. Like that looks like a clean cover for the time. I mean,
yeah, it's a 4.0, which
that's a good looking 4.0.
Yeah, if you're a Golden Age collector, a 4.0 is like a nice copy.
Yeah.
I don't really. I'm not a grade snob, so I generally just try to get the book.
Yeah.
I actually like 2.0s because they're usually affordable. But if I can get a 4.0 that at the same kind of that same price range, I'll go for it. But that one I was kind of lucky on. That book I bought just before Matt Baker kind of started spiking. Now, if you just like, I see listings where it'll be sort of a crappy Matt Baker cover, like not a great one, like sort of there's some artists do really good covers sometimes, and okay covers other times.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the okay covers are going for big money now because all
Wow.
people do is they just say, "Oh, it's a Matt Baker." Oh, okay, then it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Whereas
Wow.
before it used to maybe be tens of dollars. You know what I mean? Like it's gone up like a full 10x. It's crazy how much they've gone up in price. It's just because,
The name.
yeah, people they collect his stuff.
Wow.
And I have actually, so behind me you can see all like the things. These are I
Yeah.
call these cubbies. Like each one, like each set of 3 represents one cubby, or the one. This is a cubby as well, like the 2. I don't know, like the block.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a behind. It can hold about 60, 70 books.
Wow.
The 2, okay, and so one cubby is devoted to Matt Baker.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, just to give you a sense of my Matt Baker collection. So I have a bunch of Matt Baker. I don't know if you. Okay, I'm going to show you some random stuff. I was trying to think what can I show that I haven't shown for a while, but would be kind of fun and cool. You'll notice that I do like a lot of pretty girls on the covers. So this is Submariner.
Oh, nice.
So again, I like my female characters. I wasn't necessarily interested in Submariner, even though he's a cool Golden Age character.
Yeah.
I was going for Nomura.
Okay.
I just thought, wow, I really wanted to like. This is before I bought Marvel Mystery Comics 82, which is her first appearance.
Okay.
I got her first appearance as well.
Gotcha.
But I got this one first because I just really wanted to get a cover with her on it. I just thought she was kind of very cool looking character.
Yeah.
And I thought this one was a fun one with a bit of bondage and, girl in the red dress stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like this is the kind of stuff I go for, right?
Checks all the boxes.
Yeah, checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
And Submariner's being a total idiot. He's like trying to fiddle with some machine, and like there's a warhead or like a torpedo aimed at the girls, right? It's kind of fun. It's the 3rd appearance of Nomura as well.
Oh, wow.
So
That's cool. So you got the 1st and the 3rd.
yeah, 1st and 3rd. I might even have the 2nd. I'm not sure, but
Yeah. That's awesome. Man, another. Well, it was 4.5 or whatever. Like the colors are really good on
a
that.
reasonable grade. It's not like, yeah. The Marvel ones, there's a little bit higher populations of. It's just, it is what it is.
Got you.
Okay, let me show some other stuff. I'll show some more superhero stuff because people like superhero stuff. This is my really ugly copy of More Fun Comics. So this is More Fun 55, which is the first appearance of Dr. Fate.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So this book, it's still really expensive. It went crazy during the movie
Black Adam.
Yeah. So what happened was, originally I bought a 6.0 copy of this book.
Oh, wow.
And it was a restored 6.0.
Okay.
And it was the exact same price as this book, just so you know.
Oh my goodness.
And it was like 10,000. I think it was 10,000 US, just to give you a sense of the cost or something like that. It was like 8 to 10,000. But I had sort of found somebody that was willing to take payments. Okay.
Okay.
So I was like paying, a couple thousand per month, and I eventually paid it off.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I paid it off, going to finally get my book. And the news came out that day about the movie coming out and how it's going to have Dr. Fate, and the price skyrocketed that day.
Okay.
When I had finally made all my payments. Okay?
Yeah.
So the guy's like, "Oh, I can't sell it to you anymore. It's worth 10 times what you paid."
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. I had made all the payments. It was my book.
Right.
The guy wouldn't honor it at all.
Oh, that's bullshit.
And it ended up Alex, the comic quarter, was the one that bought it. And in the end, he actually bought it.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. So Alex didn't do anything wrong. It's not his fault.
No.
But it was just messed up that That's how
Well,
I.
yeah, that's
He ended up
really
he
messed
refunded
up.
my money, but I actually lost money on it because the exchange rate had changed a bunch of times between Canada and US. So I lost like $1,000 on the deal too. So not only did I get screwed in terms of not getting the book that I wanted, but I lost on the exchange rate. So
Oh my
yeah, it
gosh.
was really brutal. So I ended up finding this copy. There was actually a heritage auction one where it sold for, I think it sold, and I was like, oh man, now the prices are through the roof.
Yeah.
And I looked on eBay, and somebody had it on eBay for $1,000 less than what it had just sold for on on Heritage.
Oh
So I was like, oh,
wow.
I'll grab it before it disappears. So that's this copy. But I was really
Man.
upset, But I still love this book. It actually doesn't present that bad. It's a little grimy.
I
It's
was gonna
like,
say it looks a little dirty, but that's it.
yeah,
Like,
it's just that I think that can be almost resolved. But other than that, it looks pretty good.
yeah, it's awesome. Like, I love the depiction of the spec. That's the Spectre, right?
Yeah, it's a Spectre. It's
Okay,
Bernard Bailey. He's kind of like the guy that's most associated to the Spectre.
got you. Okay.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the classic Spectre cover where he's like giant and like everyone's kind of small around him. It's a
Uh-uh.
classic cover. It's one of the most famous, iconic. I think
Golden
it's
Age.
yeah, Golden Age.
Okay.
It's a very iconic cover. I think it's like I want to say More Fun 56, I believe.
Yeah, I'll have to look.
Um,
I'll have to look it up.
yeah,
That's a character I want to look. I want to learn more about. Like, it seems pretty
yeah,
cool.
he's
And
kind of
like,
well in the Golden Age. It's really funny. So he dies, right, and he comes back,
yeah.
and he literally makes his own suit. Like he uses a sewing machine to make. Like so Golden Age, right? It's like so much, it's like so much more like low key in terms of the way that they, he gets killed. He's a police officer that gets I think he gets killed by the mob. That he's
Okay.
trying to solve a case, and they end up killing him, and he comes back as the Spectre.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if he truly dies, but he sort of they think he's dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
He doesn't have the superpowers that the modern Spectre, the Silver Age Spectre. Silver Age Spectre becomes this godlike character,
I was
right?
gonna say he's like way OP. Like that's the
Oh yeah,
one.
he's like one of the most powerful characters in DC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the one. I'm like, I gotta know more about this guy. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
need to read more.
So the
So
Golden Age one, not quite as overpowered, but he's still cool. He's still cool.
it's funny the difference between like the Spectre here or like say Sandman.
Hmm.
Whereas, you go from like Sandman Golden Age is like a superhero style, character to
Yeah,
this
yeah,
very emo Lord of the Dreams when Neil
yeah,
Gaiman gets
yeah.
a hold of him and stuff.
Well, so that's another series I did read, Sandman. But yeah, the original Sandman is just a guy in a gas mask. Like,
Yeah.
he would
Wesley Dobbs?
yeah, and then he would just like release gas that would make the characters fall asleep, basically. Make the bad guys fall
Oh,
asleep,
that's so funny.
and he would wear a gas mask to protect himself.
Yeah.
It was like very basic, but that was sort of the style of the Golden Age. They were much more street level heroes, right?
Yeah.
They were not like these overpowered ones. Um, you know, some of the more powerful, even Superman was very underpowered compared to moderns. He could leap. They always say that,
Right.
rather than fly.
Yeah.
It was later on that he got more overpowered.
Yeah.
In a way, it was more fun that way. There was a little bit more at stake. When you could, you feel like the character might not live through this, or they might die. Like, bullets can actually hurt them.
Right.
You know, you,
Got you. Yeah. Otaku Mike says, wasn't he the Spectre too? I assume are you talking about Wesley Dobbs? Or are you talking about
no, I think he's talking. Yeah, I think he was when we were talking about the Sandman. The Spectre, I forgot what the Spectre's name was.
wasn't Hal the Spectre as well? How?
Hal
How?
Gordon?
I say that's the only Hal that I know is Hal Jordan.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
he wasn't the Golden Age Green Lantern. That was Alan Scott.
Alan Scott was, yeah.
That was a whole. That's a whole nother like
Yeah, no, it's all magic.
twist.
Yeah, like Green Lantern in the Golden Age is all magic. Right?
Yeah,
Magic related. It's like he's
his weakness is wood, isn't it?
yeah, it's so bad. You know,
Oh, he is right. Hal Jordan, like not in the Golden Age, but later on,
yeah,
Hal
later
Jordan.
on,
Yeah, he
like
did become the
did
Spectre.
that.
You're right.
Like, they would whatever they would retcon things and do weird things. But yeah, I'm not as familiar with the modern era in terms of those kind of retakes of the characters, but
Yeah. Yeah, no, that just threw me off. We were talking about Golden Age, and so it threw me off. But yeah, he's right. I think Hal Jordan actually did become the Spectre at one, like take up the mantle at one point in
remember
time.
hearing that too. Actually, strangely enough, I
Yeah,
having a conversation with somebody else, and they were mentioning that there's certain weird things like, oh yeah, they took this character and made them totally different.
yeah.
But,
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I have like still a ton of books to show. Whatever you want. I don't know how long you go.
I usually try to go to hour and a half. So, but like I've gone 2 to 2.5 hours before.
Whatever you want. So I can show a lot more books or whatever you like. Whatever.
Yeah, grab your top 5 favorite.
Oh yeah, okay. So I'm going to show you. I talk about this book a lot. I haven't shown it for a while, but because my copy is pretty ugly, but I'll show it anyways.
Oh.
This is Crime Suspense Stories 22.
Yes.
This is the book that killed the Golden Age.
That's the one. Okay. And
this was the one that was mentioned in the Senate hearings.
Okay. That's the one that broke the straw on the camel's back.
Yeah. So it was like, the story behind it is, the owner of EC was William Gaines, right?
Okay.
And he was a bit of a pudgy guy for the era. And nowadays he'd be considered skinny probably, but at the time he was considered pudgy. And so he was like on a diet. Okay. And he was like not trying to reduce his calories, trying to like, get skinnier. And they had him waiting at court to testify about how his comics were not destroying kids' brains and stuff like that. And he's like, I think they had him waiting for like 6 hours or something like that.
Oh.
And he's like, he's like on these diet pills and stuff like that. So he's like starving and not really in the best mood. Okay.
Yeah.
And they took this book and they put it up on they made a big poster of it, right? To showcase to the court how horrific of a cover this is.
Right. Right.
The girl's head's, chopped off. You got the guy with the axe, kind of a horrific cover. And they asked him, is this appropriate, right, for kids to be seeing this kind of stuff? And he said, well, it could have been worse. It could have been worse.
It could have been worse. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then he said, the axe, well, that's black stuff. It's not blood,
Right.
And the girl's head, you can't see that it's truly decapitated. The body, you can't see that it's like part of he was trying to like play it down. But when the media, the media at the time heard that, they just ran with it. It became the front page story. And literally, they came out with the Comic Codes Authority within a few weeks of that.
Wow.
So it was just like they knew the writing was on the wall. It was they had to do something, or it was like all going to be all over.
Wow.
People were burning books by that point. It was pretty crazy time. So yeah.
That's crazy. That's an awesome book.
Yeah, to me, it's like one of the most important historical books. So Action 1 being the most important for the Golden Age, this being the second most important, because it's sort of the bookends, right? So the book that started the Golden Age and the one that ended it.
Okay. Got you.
Okay, so there's that. Okay, I got to show some more Good Girl, just because. So Good Girl superhero. So
nice.
Again,
that's cool.
Number 1. It's kind of like a weird numbering system. It's actually Lady Luck number 86, but it's actually number 1. That makes sense. It's like it was called Smash Comics originally, and it had different characters. They kind of had their own version of the spirit, and they had different characters, right?
Okay.
And then they introduced Lady Luck, and she kind of took off, and they said, okay, we'll just rename the whole series after her.
Mm.
And then it lasted only a few more issues, and then it was done. It didn't really work. But she was kind of a cool character. She's kind of the archetype for the female characters of the time. Usually debutantes or like socialites. They're
Okay.
bored, learned a bit of martial arts, and then they would get naked for some reason and then put on their silly costume. and, and that was the story. That was the story. Like, and they'd fight crime.
That's funny.
So yeah.
That's a cool cover though, like her standing between the like we don't see covers like that anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of funny one too, because this guy's a bit of a doofus. this is like her sidekick almost.
Okay.
And he's like, she's super wealthy. He's kind of like wants to be super wealthy. And he's just sort of like more of a thorn in her side than actually helpful. So he's like driving the car. He's probably going to drive it off the other way. Like he's watching some other girl on the side here.
If Kato was Jughead.
Yes. Yes. So it's it's a kind of fun one. 1948. So
Otaku Mike asks, do you have any Phantom comics in your collection?
Phantom. I have a few, but not many. I was actually trying to get his first appearance a few times, because the Phantom is actually a pretty cool character. If you're not familiar with the Phantom, he's the guy in the purple suit, right?
Yeah.
But he's also the first superhero in comics.
Really?
Yep. He predates Batman and Superman.
Okay.
So
I thought he predated them, but I didn't realize he was the actual first.
Yep, he's the first.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
isn't he like a Blue Beetle type character or a Batman style
like
character?
A Batman character. Batman's a bit of a ripoff of the Phantom, actually.
Okay.
A lot of the things like the Batcave and the secret identity, all these kind of things, like the Playboy element, all the kind of things that we associate to Batman.
Yeah.
Kind of ripped off the Phantom.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. What else can I show? It's super cool. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'll show you two books that are kind of one book. Okay, so I'm going to show. This is Torchy.
Yeah.
This is the artist is Bill Ward.
Okay.
He was known for doing Torchy. He did a lot of really great good girl comics. He did romance comics as well. When the golden age ended, he got into adult comics. And he actually later on they came out with a book called Scorchy, which was basically like an adult version of this character. But yeah, it's sort of like the dumb blonde kind of character.
Okay.
A little bit clueless, I would say. She's not necessarily dumb, but more clueless, I guess.
Got you.
And she'd be like one of those characters, like, it's very sitcom-ish, it would always start the same way. She's desperate for like money, barely can pay rent kind of situation. And then somebody sees her and it's like, oh my goodness, you should be a Hollywood star. Come to the movie set, and she'll do something stupid and ruin the whole movie. And then she'll be like kicked out and rinse and repeat, right?
So I Love Lucy-ish.
Yeah, a little bit. Not quite that way, but yeah, she would just be a little bit of she would do stupid things. Just get into trouble. Yeah.
Got you.
But she was a sexy character. And here's another. This is Gil Fox did this cover.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah. It's just cute. So she's like, staring at the island and it's like a US submarine base. Keep off. And she's like checking it out, and then all the submarines are checking her out.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun one. So.
That is funny.
And then, maybe I should show you some Alex Schomburg. So another Golden Age artist that I really like, one of my favorite artists, is Alex Schomburg. This is like a classic cover with the, the hooded masked guys.
Yeah.
And one of the tropes with Alex Schomburg is you'd always have the hero. This is the fighting Yank. And they would always be just out of range. You know what I mean? Like they're always like 2 minutes too late or whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
for the show, and she's gonna get attacked by this snake, and bad things are gonna happen to her before the hero can get there. So like Alex Schomburg's a classic Golden Age artist. So there's that.
That was cool.
Yeah, I'll show another fighting Yank. This one has like more of the tropes that we associate to Alex Schomburg and also to the Golden Age. So this is like a great Nazi cover.
Yeah.
Got the guy in bondage, like U.S. Military guy, and they're gonna they got the hot razor in the corner, so they're gonna do some nasty thing to him. He's got a syringe in one hand, a hypodermic needle, and then a knife in the other.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're gonna do, and you got all the things. Another thing that Alex Schomburg would always do is he'd label everything, so you'd know what it is that these things. It's like, he put all these little labels and stuff, but he would always like put all these like kind of little tools and lots of little details in his art.
Okay.
So it's just lots to look at on his covers, especially during that Timely era. And this is not Timely, but this is Nidor. But when he worked at Timely, he did like a lot of really great Human Torch covers and like covers with lots of details, and it'd just be lots of fun stuff in them.
Yeah.
This kind of gives a little bit of that. So it's a classic World War II cover.
Yeah, I like that. It's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
That's probably like I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And one last Alex Schomburg, and this is my good girl character. Another one of these female characters from the Golden Age. This is Miss Mask.
Okay.
We got the Black Terror and Fighting Yank kind of giving her trophies.
Oh, that's cool.
And just a classic Alex Schomburg cover.
How often would they have characters do crossovers like that, like in the Golden Age? Was it
Very
more
common.
of a
Very common?
Really?
Yeah. So as I said, most of the books in the Golden Age are anthologies. So you'd have like some superhero story, maybe some goofy kid story. Like it would just be all over the place in terms of what's inside the books a lot of the time. And some of them, like this one, would have like maybe a Fighting Yank story, Black Terror story, then a Miss Mask story. Now they wouldn't necessarily cross over in their own stories.
Okay.
But on the cover, they would show them interacting.
Yeah.
If that is so the cover is deceptive. That story probably didn't happen in the
book. You. Right? But there may be like one of each of their stories within that book.
In the book. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of more the style.
I got you.
But Golden Age was fun. It's that one thing that you mentioned earlier, that the reading of the Golden Age is like all these like long text bits, and that's true. However, they balance it out in a way because generally the stories were 8 pages long. So, you get almost a full story out of that 8 pages though.
Yeah,
like it'd be like a full comic in terms of that. Just so much story. Like they were much more efficient in terms of what they could do in the Golden Age. Like, so usually, like by the beginning of the story till the end of the story, like a lot would happen in that 8 pages. Like, they would develop all the bad guys, their motives, the ways of their evil plan, whatever it was. All that kind of stuff would get developed. And then you'd learn a little bit more about the hero in terms of the way that they think, and then you would have the situation where they actually battle it out, and then you'd have the conclusion. The conclusion was usually pretty quick, but it'd be sort of that kind of setup, right? Where a lot would happen, a lot of story would happen, but in 8 pages. And it's sort of like in 8 pages they do what modern books take 3 or 4 books to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah,
so that's why I kind of like the Golden Age better in a way, because you get a full story. You don't
yeah.
have to, nowadays you have to read a 6-part series to get the whole story. It's like, oh my goodness. Where are they? Where's the comic? So it's like, that's kind of why I like the Golden Age better, because you get a lot more stories.
Yeah, it's almost like it's encouraged more now to do like a story arc so that you can get that trade out there, so you can get that hardcover out there,
Yeah,
make a compendium, all that other
yeah,
jazz.
and a lot of books like I do a book club with Biggie Shack, Immortal Biggie Shack,
Yeah.
and TM Nerdy, and who else? There's a bunch of like Matt likes comics, and D Runk.
Yeah, yeah,
So the
yeah.
5 of us do this kind of show where we review books, and we're doing right now the Death of Superman series. Right,
Okay.
this is a pretty great series actually. But you almost feel like I read it when I read it. I read it in the trade paperback. I didn't read it as like, oh, you got to read this book, read this random book. There's like all this.
Right.
Reading it all together, great. Because it's a fairly quick read where it needs to be. Like the middle books are all pretty quick,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the end and the beginning are kind of setups. Reading it as separate books, like we're doing it individually. Like one week we'll do one book, then the next week we'll do the other book in the series.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is not. It's not good. It's just like it's just too much, too little content, right? It's just not enough to.
It's
Just
dragging.
yeah, you can see that they're really milking it, right? And that's what I find with modern books a lot of the time is they really, really milk it. Reading it all together is fine, but
Yeah.
you know, but individually it's not as good.
Got you. Got you. Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
what if you had to give a suggestion to somebody wanting to get into Golden Age?
Mm-hmm.
What would be like one or two things where you're like, "Hey, this is where I would start."
Okay, don't do anything that I did. So first of all, like I suck. I'm worse. What I did is I never created a budget. Okay,
Okay.
and if you don't create a budget, you overspend. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I overspent on comics. So first thing, create a budget. Know how much you want to spend. Okay, so like if your budget's $100, and that's perfectly fine budget, even for Golden Age.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might say, okay, I want to spend $100 a month on Golden Age, right? Well, there are certain books that you can pick up. I just picked up a really cool zombie cover, Golden Age pre-code horror cover, $40.
Oh, nice.
So there are so one of the things that you have to realize is, buying a 9.8 of something can be really expensive. Buying a lower grade can be affordable.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have a budget in mind, whatever that number is, then you say, okay, what can I get with that budget? What's the targets of opportunity? And it can really help you kind of figure out what books to chase. You can get pre-code horror. You can get, if you like the superhero stuff, Captain Marvel Adventures, very affordable.
Yeah.
There's like stuff that you can go after, but you have to have that sort of fundamental price in your mind, and then you can, get some really good stuff just by, picking your battles.
I was gonna say having patience.
Yeah, patience is a big thing. In the Golden Age, though, like, we get FOMO in the modern era where it's like, oh, this really cool comic came out,
Yeah.
and it goes through the roof and people go crazy over it. There's like usually 10,000 of those out there.
Right.
With
right.
Golden Age, there's like 20 of them out there.
Yeah.
And you might not see it for 20 years.
Right.
So
yeah.
the FOMO effect is actually worse in the Golden Age.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to see this book again. Like but what I have to tell people is have bigger eyes. Don't just be focused on one book, because that one book will come back while you're going after other things. It'll come back. It might take a couple of years, but it'll come back. like I made the mistake. As I said, I'm not batting 1,000. I'm batting like 600 maybe. I bought a book, and it was a Catman book. I looked at the auction records. It hadn't come up for 5 years. Okay.
Oh wow.
And it was a 0.5. So I'm buying an incomplete book. I knew it was incomplete, but it was one that I really wanted. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful LB Cole cover. And I was like, I got to get this book. It's like the one time that this book has come up. This is my only shot at getting it. It's a classic cover. And what happened was I bought it. I overpaid by probably $500-600, maybe even $1,000. Overpaid.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
overpaid. Not how much I paid. It's how much I overpaid.
Yeah.
And because I overpaid on it for 0.5, a whole bunch of copies, like everyone was like, oh, this is now a hot book again. So a whole bunch of copies came to market after that. So I think a 3.0 sold for less than what I paid for my 0.5.
Oh.
Like they all came to the market right after. Like, people they see these big sales, they think, oh, now is the time to cash in on it.
Right.
Sometimes having that little bit of self-control over the FOMO, let somebody else overpay for it, and then you can pick up and I've seen that happen a few times. And sadly, sometimes it's me that sets the trend, and then somebody else gets the benefit. But try to be the other person that gets the benefit. So don't be like me. Be like the other guy that did it really well. Okay. So, yeah, that's my advice on that one.
I like the encouragement of like other genres or whatever, because I feel like an easy one is westerns. Like we talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
And like I've seen westerns go for like $5-10.
Yeah, what's sad? Like I bought a graded, beautiful, cool, had everything wrong with it in terms of I liked it, but it had everything wrong with it in terms of what collectors like nowadays. It was a Western photo cover. Oh my goodness, it's like double kryptonite. But it was high grade. It was like a really pretty low census because nobody would bother getting it graded.
Yeah.
I think of the hammer price, there's the buyer's premium, but there's the hammer price, which is just what people bid. And then they add the buyer's premium on that, which is 20%, right?
Oh my gosh.
I think the hammer price that I paid was $2. And it was like a 7.5 or 8.0. It's like a really high grade copy. And it was really cute Western comic. And it was like a #1 issue. And I thought it looked cool. And that's how little like people like photo covers and Westerns. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But so sometimes like coolness is a bit in the eye of the beholder. If you like it, and sometimes there's things come around, things change. It could be like in 10 years or 20 years from now, all of a sudden Westerns are hot again.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Americana, Westerns are like the typical American thing, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, I actually grew up watching spaghetti Westerns.
Okay.
So, like the Dirty Dozen and all those ones.
Yeah.
And, they're great. They're fun.
I feel like every so many years, Westerns try to make a break back into pop culture, and I feel like I've been seeing more in comic books lately. With like you've got Gunslinger Spawn.
Yeah.
And then there was another Western that was coming out, and I'm like, okay, well, like we're getting more Westerns in comic books. That's kind of cool. Like I wonder how long this will actually last. So,
yeah, I think what we need is like. I feel like Hollywood does set the tone for the collecting hobby in a way.
I agree.
So like if you get a few movies and Hollywood is so unoriginal. Like if they decide it's like apocalyptic movie era, like it's apocalyptic movie era, and like they'll make like 20 movies that are all like the end of the world kind of thing. Or if it's zombie era, well, we get a whole bunch of zombie movies.
Right. Yeah.
And we just need Hollywood to say, oh, it's Western era. I don't know.
It's time to break out your boots. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you never know. And and I think in a way people might kind of like it because, people get sick of the same thing over and over again. Right. And, so we went through horror genre. There was like a horror phase for a little while.
Yep.
Then we went through, like, as I said, the apocalyptic one. There was like a whole bunch of those for a while, like the
Dystopian
virus
futures.
outbreak, this dystopian futures. And we went through. Now we've gone into the superhero one where they kind of overdid that, and they did a whole bunch of bad ones. So I think people are sick of that, and something new would be good.
Yeah.
We haven't had comedies for a while either, by the way.
That's true. Yeah. I think, but that was also, I feel like the 90s really hit hard. Like the
Yeah.
the late 80s and into the
I
90s.
think people are a little bit humorless nowadays anyway. So I think humor's coming back though. And because I always think the way I always see humor is this, like humor is like, there's a line, of what's considered right and wrong. There's that line.
Yeah.
Humor is where you jump over that line, just sort of, that's humor. And but nowadays with political correctness and all this kind of stuff, people are afraid to go, oh, gotta be scared of that line.
Right.
But humor doesn't allow that. So I think people are kind of craving humor again. And I think we might see that again, and other things could come out as well. I think, culture is shifting. I see we're in a shift right now.
That'd be nice. Honestly, I mean, a change would be nice.
Yeah.
So, I still kind of feel like we're in this like COVID style like society. You know what I mean?
Yeah, COVID era was horrible.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Like we became like I really feel like everybody became very cultural, social misfits. Social misfit, like
that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like when COVID started, like my family and I became super close for the first few months. Really, really close. We'd all hang out and and just spend a lot of time together. By the end of COVID, we'd all just sort of go into our own little rooms. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where people kind of like just sort of did their own thing and didn't really connect with other people.
Yeah.
I agree that we're sort of hoping that we get out of this silly COVID thing by now, but
I feel like there's just remnants of it that people are like almost scared to let go.
Yeah.
And then I feel like a lot of hostility came out of that as well, which was weird.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just stuck. So, yeah. Well, let's say hello to some people that have dropped in real quick.
Yeah, and I have other things I can show if you want, but whatever. I'm pretty chill. So.
I got you. Dan Del Torre in the house. What's going on, homie? Thanks for coming out.
Hey,
appreciate you. He says, I'm very proud of my collection, but Alan's collection dwarfs mine.
Yeah, I think he has a pretty great collection. I mean, just based on his little thumbnail.
Right? Yeah, that's a grail of mine right there.
Book. Yeah.
Otaku Mike says Death of Superman was his first comic he read. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Fawcett Comics, Captain Marvel are by far the most affordable comics in the golden age.
Very much so, yeah.
They are pretty, yeah. For superhero stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Yeah.
But if you have to look for those deals when they present themselves. I agree.
And there's steals all the time that are happening. It's amazing.
It makes me nauseous sometimes when I go to look at cover price and I go to look for a book to see like how much do I need to really pay for this, and I see like the steals that some other people have gotten before me, and I'm like, oh, if I'd just been looking for this book just a few weeks earlier, like
when I picked up my Frankenstein collection, I was like laughing. Like one of the tricks that I always tell people is Heritage. I buy a lot of books from Heritage because that's golden age, that's where they generally hang out. Every so often Heritage auctions will have what's called their prime auction.
Okay.
Where they bring out Superman 1, Action Comics 1, Detective 20. They'll bring out the big books. Okay. So all the eyeballs, all the money goes to that auction, right? Because it's all the big books.
Right.
Well, sometimes they'll have the prime auction and their weekly auction at the same time.
Okay.
So what happens is, well, if you watch the prime auction, good luck. It's like, good luck getting anything. They're way overpriced, or not overpriced, but just priced. Even if they're fairly priced, they're out of my price range, right?
Yeah.
But then the weekly auction will have some good books as well. So, for example, the Frankenstein #1, I got a 4.0 copy. I paid $1,200 for it. Okay.
Okay.
So, however, a 3.0 copy had just sold before that for $3,000.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's a steal.
Yeah.
All the money had gone elsewhere. It was focused on other things.
Right.
So I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 13, all in the same auction for $2,000.
Wow.
So still, all of those cheaper than what a lower grade had sold for. Almost half as,
The lower 1 grade book.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic.
So that's the kind of thing. You just got to look for those opportunities.
Right. And be ready for them.
Yeah. I'm not ready for them financially, but there is an eBay link at the end of this where you can buy my body parts. That's how I pay for all this.
Alan's selling plasma, everybody. So if you could.
You only need 1 kidney, I heard. So, yeah.
I mean, I think you technically only need 1 lung as well. Like, it's hard, but I think you can only do 1 lung.
Like, what book can I get now? Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, TM Nerdy in the house. What's going on, homie? Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you. That's one of your book club members right there you were talking about. Black Spiders in the house. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming out. Another book club member, Biggie Shack in the house. What's going on? Otaku Mike keeps messing with me this evening. He's asking if I put up my tree yet. No.
Your Christmas tree?
My Christmas tree, yes, because my wife is like a big, let's go ahead and get the Christmas tree up lady. So.
Okay. like I always feel like with Christmas trees, like, if you're like one of those people that's really lazy about taking them, like if you have I have the fake tree, right?
Same, yeah.
Yeah. So, if you get really lazy and it's like, man, it's like June, I should really take this stupid thing down. You think, well, if I just keep it up for a little bit longer, it'll be relevant again, right? Seems like a 360 thing,
That's funny. You just start decorating it for everything else. Like it's just Valentine's Day tree.
And stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's actually a good idea.
That's hilarious. TM Nerdy's throwing up your link right there. You'll find it down in the description below, along with his Instagram as well. Thanks for throwing that up there, TM. Appreciate you.
I try to show some, usually, on my shows, I try to show cool books all the time. That's my goal. At least what I think is cool.
Yeah.
And I consider myself like an advocate for the golden age.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I really do try to. I don't know, I do show big books. I'm not trying to be one of those snobby guys. Oh, look what I have. I don't want to be that. I kind of want to make it accessible for people. That's generally been my approach.
Yeah.
I look at Biggie Shack. Actually, he's got some pretty crazy books in his collection.
Yeah.
But it's not that he's, made of money or anything like that, but he's been smart collector,
Right.
And as long as you have that kind of approach, and again, back to budget, it's like just, plan it out and you'll get there.
Yeah.
So, don't be like me though. That's the key.
Well, it's fun watching Biggie because he talks about his hustle and stuff like that. He'll sit there and bring in all these kind of little books and stuff like that, and then he'll turn them and flip them into something bigger. And it's like, I'm like, that's encouraging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I think he gets a lot of goodwill as well. Goodwill meaning he's like a person that people really like.
Yeah.
And people want to kind of get back to him. you know.
Right. I agree.
So you know, like I did some deals with him. He got actually some pretty big books from me, where I just sort of said, okay, here's, you know, he gave me a bit of money for them, but you know, at the same time, I'm like, you're getting a great price on these books.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
some
yeah.
really cool books that he picked up from me.
The
But
friends and family discount.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But because of his personality, you kind of feel like you have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
such a great guy. So
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stole some books from you.
you got some really cool ones, actually. Really.
That's funny. All right, Alan. I gotta go to bed. So I love having you on, though. Thank you so much. I love the books that you brought. I would love to have you on again on another episode, because I think we've not even scratched the surface of your collection and collecting habits.
I think I showed like 20 books out of a collection of 2,000 slabs, and then out of a collection of like 30,000 books, right?
Oh my God.
So it's like, yeah, little fraction.
Little fraction. Just baby steps. Baby steps.
But yeah, I don't mind. You know, if you ever need me again, I'm always feel,
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to have you back.
You can come on my show sometime. Maybe I'll interview you.
Yeah, come on. Let's do it.
Flip the table.
Hey, I'll be there. I'll do it.
Okay.
I will do it. What do you have coming up on your channel? Like I said, links for his to Alan's Instagram. You'll find all kinds of, like, if you like this tonight's episode, you're gonna see all kinds of great books on his Instagram. Go over there, check it out. And then, like I said, his YouTube is down below as well. He's got that Friday cover challenge that he does.
Yep.
What else you got coming out, though, on your channel?
So the Friday cover challenge, obviously it's tomorrow. It's Friday. And then Saturday is an interview. I do interviews as well. I try to do it like weekly on Saturdays.
Okay.
And if I don't have an interview lined up, I then make up something. I just babble about something. The comic market is dying. You know, something. And then on Sundays, I do my Golden Age, hottest Golden Age comics of the week.
Oh, nice.
So I actually look at all the different auctions and say, hey, these are some pretty cool sales that happened for these books. And I kind of look at the Golden Age market. Nobody else is doing that, so it's me that's doing that. So that's on Sundays. On Mondays, I look at the top Silver Age.
Okay.
So these are lists that I curate. Like, this is me doing it.
Nice.
And then on Sunday evenings, I do the Monday special, which is with Steven Gentner.
Steve. Yeah, like, Collecto 6.
He makes my collection look lame. So he's like that nuts roll. He's like, I'm like, oh, here's my book, and then he'll show like a 9/8 of it, and it's like, okay. But it's humbling. It's humbling.
Yeah.
So he's a very knowledgeable guy, and we do a pretty cool show together. He's a good guy.
Awesome.
I try to steal from his card as much as I can. And then on Tuesday, what do I have? I'm doing more of this unboxing. This unboxing's got some really cool stuff. Some stuff you'll never see. Just some really cool stuff.
Okay.
Each week, I try to do 2 unboxing episodes per week, so Tuesdays and Thursdays. And they're like just cool stuff. You'll see some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday, I do my Q&A. Or basically answer questions. So,
you are busy. Good Lord.
Every day there's you can get sick of me really fast. And so yeah, you can, people can watch, and people watch different parts of my episodes, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's nice though, because like I've noticed my algorithm is all kinds of just jacked up, and it's like it's almost like it's hard to get comic content for some reason, on my algorithm. So like knowing that you do a new thing every day, that's going to help me out, just me alone, a lot. I can imagine other people though watching. So that's awesome.
So yeah, there's lots of stuff to watch, but it's fun hanging out with you.
No, yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. And like I said, thank you for coming on.
I'm a busy guy. And then I run a big company at the same time. So it's like that pays for all this.
Like you ain't got enough going on.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So who's Miss 22? Is that your wife?
That's my honey. Hey honey, love you bunches.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's
too?
she likes pretty books.
Okay, I
So
like pretty
so
books.
she likes some of the lady covers or whatever. That's usually
Yeah,
her
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
books or whatever that she likes. They'll usually look like Barbie dolls or something like that. But they're just done by like Perillos and
Yeah, I
just
love those. I collect
Greg
all of that.
Land, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what's Jay Anacleto? That's another one that she likes. She's got a oh, what's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name now. Anyways,
Oh, she says she's your
she,
dealer. Your
she's
drug
my
dealer.
dealer.
That's cool. I
No,
wish I could get my wife into comics.
that's she's a big supporter of mine, so I'm very very grateful, very blessed to have her. But yeah, that's my wife.
That's very cool.
So, but yeah, she's got a small little cover collection. That's what she is. She's a cover collector. She has no desire at all at reading.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, I mean, modern books, that makes sense.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
lots
yeah.
of great covers.
But she watches the movies with me. She watches the TV shows with me and stuff like that.
Does she
So,
watch the comic book YouTube very often?
she doesn't really, not that I know of, anyways. But she'll jump in on chats where I'm doing stuff and stuff like that, and show some support and
Oh, that's cool.
whatnot.
That's good.
So, yup.
Very nice.
All right, cool. So, like I said, link for Alan is down below. Be sure to go check him out. Go show him some love. And thank y'all so much for hanging out. Thank y'all for watching the replay. If you're checking that out, be sure to drop a comment down below and let us know what you think of Alan's collecting habits. So, in the meantime, y'all have a safe and lovely weekend. Stay blessed. And as always, y'all have a good one.